LinkedIn is now the second most cited domain by Perplexity, ChatGPT, and other LLMs. I was ranked the #1 creator on LinkedIn for brand and positioning across the globe in 2024. I've built an audience of over 112,000 followers, and after all of that, I can tell you this: 99% of people are using LinkedIn completely wrong. So if I had to start from zero today, here are the 5 things I would do. Your profile, let's start from the very top. Use what already works. Use the hooks that work. Nobody wants to read another resume. Nobody cares. There are 3 main games on LinkedIn. A creator game. The second game is a business owner. And the third game is when we think about the first thing of LinkedIn 5, what is the most important thing is to make sure that you are in the right game for you to win. And the biggest problem I see people on LinkedIn, including me when I first got started, is people don't know what game they're in. You're doing all the things that the gurus are teaching you to do, and yet you're not getting what you want. And you feel bad. At the same time, you feel like you're doing all this work, you're not getting the outcomes, and you just feel completely terrible. Number 1, what game are you actually playing? There are 3 main games on LinkedIn. A creator game, that means you are a creator and you're gonna monetize by having a lot of people follow you. You're gonna do sponsored ads like an influencer, right? The second game is a business owner. That means you own a business. You're going to try and get leads. You're trying to sell services or products to your customers who are on LinkedIn. And the third game is you're an executive. You are a professional executive that you want more exposure and you want to build your professional brand outside of your organization. Those are 3 main games. So know what game you're in. If you are in the game of creator and you want to get sponsors, yes, follow the likes, the reactions, the comments, get followers, look at what's working on LinkedIn, put out content that works, and you're measuring these sort of metrics in terms of follower growth and likes and engagement and reposts. Super important to you. But if you are a business owner, you don't have to think about that at all. What's most important to a business owner is qualified leads. Leads to whether it's a service that you have, you're an agency or a product, or maybe your next best action for any audience or anyone on LinkedIn that you're targeting is getting on a call with you. Measure that. Measure the thing that's going to make you successful as a business owner. Don't worry so much about followers or likes and anything like that. So create content to do that. We'll talk about content next. The third game is if you're an executive. If you are an executive and you're looking to bring your authority, get more awareness about you and your industry, you are probably more like a creator than a business owner. Yes, some of those things do matter, but stick very clearly to your industry. Don't go posting about Leadership 101 when your subject has nothing to do about that. Don't dilute your brand by following the latest trends in terms of what's going viral. Don't worry about that. So know the game that you are playing. So number 2, this is your profile. Your profile is really important. Think of it as the landing page in which all your audience is going to land to learn more about you. So when someone lands on your landing page, that means you've done a fantastic job commenting, posting, all the digital footprints that you left on LinkedIn all led back to your profile. And that's why your profile is so important. So for your profile to be crystal clear, you have to be crystal clear in your niche. Who are you serving? Who are the people? What's the industry? What issues do they have? What's your unique superpower? And next comes your unique point of view. Why should people listen to you when there's 1,000 other voices saying the same thing? Your unique point of view in your niche that's created for you to win is going to be the centerpiece and the foundation to your profile. So your profile, a landing page, let's start from the very top. When someone lands on your profile, first thing they see is your banner. Your banner is a visual representation of that front door. What does it mean? Why should I continue to follow you? Why should I continue to read? Should I actually learn more about you or not? So first thing that it needs to do is it needs to signal to me as the user, is this for me or is this not for me? So if you are just putting up a banner of a photo of a skyline of your city, or it's a beautiful picture of trees or flowers, I'm going to leave because I have no clue what does have to do with me. Well, unless you're a celebrity, in which case, great, that's great. But most of us, the people I'm talking to here, you are not a celebrity. So make sure your banner is crystal clear as to why people should keep on reading. It should have whether your unique point of view of who you are, or it tells people exactly the industry you're serving or the solution you're offering up. So people can immediately think, okay, I'm going to read further because Howie can help me. I know he is going to help me out in the problems that I have. So that's your banner. In your profile, your pictures are also very important. Your headshot, that's going to follow you everywhere. And please have a clear picture of your face. Don't have a small, tiny figure of you, which no one can recognize you from anywhere. A nice headshot, a nice smile, have people understand and can see you and find you immediately. The other thing that's going to follow you around is your bio line. That's the first sort of text that people can see when you leave comments, when you're doing anything on the platform. And it's going to be recommended to other people as well. So the first 45 to 46 characters, super important. Your bio line could be longer than that, but the first few words is going to be the hook for which people will come to your profile. If you just say, chief marketing officer, executive or whatever, agency or CEO of the Roots consulting business. Okay, doesn't mean anything because it doesn't say anything. Unless, again, you're the CEO of Apple or you are the CMO of a brand that everybody knows, then wow, I want to look into this. But if you are someone of a new brand or building something on your own, a business owner, nobody really cares about your brand. So write something there that's intriguing, that opens a curiosity gap, that opens a loop, make people click through your profile because that's the goal. Your goal is not to tell them everything in 46 characters, it's to invite them. So once they're in there, you want to make sure that the next thing would be your CTA. So you can add a link if you're a premium LinkedIn member. You can add a link. Add a link to a CTA, a call to action of what you want people to do. The next logical step, when people want to get closer to you or learn more about you, what is that? Is that signing up to your newsletter? Is that going to your website? Is that scheduling a call? Whatever that is, put that in the link. And then comes the about section. The about section, nobody wants to read another resume. Nobody wants to read, oh, how he went to this school and had this education and I'm so great. Look at me, I'm fantastic. Nobody cares. What people care is about themselves, right? This is, again, behavioral science, human psychology 101. We care about us, right? So put a story, a transformation, something that gets people from point A to point B. Whether you are a consultant or a coach or you are an industry leader, talking about how you help a company go from A to Z. Transformation is critical. Stories are what people want to read. So in the first two lines, make it a hook, make it something interesting. Don't start at the beginning, start right in the middle. Get into the action. Have some conflict. Use your storytelling chops for people to read through when they finally get there. Don't let them off the hook and have them sort of jump off because you are just spitting out your resume again. And when you're there, give people a chance. Again, call to action. Put a URL in there. What do you want people to do? Next comes your featured section. You can put a featured section. There are people that put 10 different things on there. Behavioral science shows when there's a lot of options, people freeze and people don't take any action. So the most number of feature is 3. Put 3 in there if you want. The best, 1. Give people one thing to do. That's the next step. Schedule a call. Subscribe to my newsletter. Download this lead magnet. Whatever it is that you want people to do, put that one thing in there in the feature. And the most important thing about the feature, have the thumbnail, the URL, and a title. That's it. If you put descriptions in there, it's going to pop up this other window. Nobody wants to click through so many things anymore. So make it super simple, super easy. Title, thumbnail, URL. That's it. Get people to click on there. One thing they want to do, and that's what you do. Once your about section is done, make sure you have your experiences in there. And there's another opportunity for people to click through to a call to action. It could be it's a media link that you can add. Same thing. URL, thumbnail, title. Remember again and again, your profile is your landing page. Make it succinct. One thing, one action. What do you want to be known for? Don't talk to 5 different people. Don't have 5 different offers. You can think of it as seasons. You can have a season where you're talking about one specific offer in this quarter. You can change it up into the next season into a different offer. But don't give people 10 different things, 10 different directions, 10 different options about you. When they see that, people will freeze. They'll click off. They will leave. Action number 3. This is super important. What are you there to do on LinkedIn? You are there to talk to different people, get seen, engage a new audience. If you are playing the first game, which is a creator game, you need more people to learn and know about you and follow you. If you are a business owner, you want to get more leads. So you need new people to see you in your target segment so that they can be your customer, right? And then the third one is if you're an executive, you don't want to be the best kept secret in your company. You need people in the industry to understand who you are and know what you're capable of. You're there to be seen. You need audiences. So what do you do to get audiences? No, you don't just go post a whole bunch of things to start. You find them. They are already there. So who are the people that you want to target? Where are these people? They're following the creators, the influencers, the people that have a mass following that have done all the work in there to kind of gather a group of people. They're already there. Think of these as communities that's already on the platform. So find people like you in your industry, in your niche, who are big on that platform. And guess what? You can steal their audience by being there. So if you are a marketer, go find a marketer that has a huge audience. And once you find them, you start to engage with their content. You leave thoughtful comments, not AI generated crap. Leave very thoughtful comments. Really engage. I would rather you engage with 5 creators of 5 big accounts rather than 100 accounts and you leave terrible, 1-line, 2-word comments. No, find 5 and leave the most thoughtful, real comments so that the creator, the person that actually did the post, will start to engage with your comment and say, wow, this person is very thoughtful. Let me engage with this person. And that also brings your comments up the feed, in the comment feed, to be relevant. And other people will see you as well. So once you start doing that, again, you've done a fantastic work in your profile, your headshot, as well as your bio line. People will see, whoa, who is this person that wrote this really amazing comment? And a lot of people are talking about it. People want to click on your profile, and you've done that work. So make sure you know who your audience is, who you want to get in front of, and go find the creators and the big influencers who are already there, who have amassed this following of people, this community, and be in front of them, but being very thoughtful. And let me give you a pro move, comments on the comments. So there are other people in there, they are commenting too. And the best thing about LinkedIn is still a social media platform. So be social, start having connections with these people. Reach out to people that really interest you. Be curious about what they're doing. If you want to be known in the marketing industry, you have to learn about the people in the marketing industry on LinkedIn. It is an ecosystem, it is self-contained within LinkedIn. And of course, over time, you're going to develop these online relationships to offline relationships. And that's the beauty of it all. I've reached and talked to people in my domain from across the world. I've talked to experts like Dr. Robert Cialdini, like anybody. I've even talked to Nelson Dells. He's like a 6-time memory champion. Why? Because on LinkedIn, they're on LinkedIn. I'm curious about them. I want to learn more about them. I want to know them. Reach out. The people are there. Go find them. Go interact. And that's how you start. Number 4. So here is when it gets really interesting because content is what matters on social media, just like LinkedIn. So number 4 is matching your content to your strategy, to your game. If you are a creator, your job, again, is to amass followers, is to get a lot of people to follow you. Create content that has to do with the people on LinkedIn in general, broadly. And what are people there to do? They're leaders. They're there to recruit. They're corporate professionals. So things like leadership, things like recruitment, things like interviewing. These are all fantastic topics, whether it's management, maybe it's a specific function. Use these topics to your advantage as part of your niche. But your main job is to amass followers, is to get people to follow you. So what you want to do is to create content that is already working, that talks about these topics and measure, right? The followers, the engagement. That is your main goal. If you're a business owner, you need to have content that converts. You need to have content that educates. You need to have content that is perhaps a little bit broader to get more people to view you. But you need to have a mix of content for people to convert. So think about case studies. You're going to have terrible reach with case studies, but that's where you'll get the most calls. The qualified leads will come in the most. But you can't keep asking and keep putting out case studies. You can do other things as well, but educate. And the broad content, you don't have to do much of those at all. You're not there to amass followers. That's not your job. Your job is to create genuine relationships with the people that you want to serve, getting qualified leads into your world. That's what you're trying to do. And if you are an executive, you want to be known in your industry. Your industry. So think about industry associations, people in the industry, create relationships with them, create content that gets them excited about that. If you are in finance, talk about AI in finance, talk about the different changes and shifts in the trends of finance in today's world. Talk about all of that, what you've learned. Again, I talked about this business owner where you're trying to get leads, but you're trying to form relationships, right? You're trying to expand your network. So you're halfway between a creator and business owner where you got to probably do some outbound as well as some inbound through your content. So do both. Match your content to what you're trying to achieve, to the game you're trying to play on LinkedIn. That is what I'll do. Next, I'll share with you the last, but really most important aha and insight about LinkedIn. When I first started on LinkedIn, I thought I needed to be original. I created all kinds of new and cool stuff on LinkedIn. I thought I'm sort of that lecturer talking about influence and brand and doing all these things where I have a whole audience listening to me. No, it doesn't work that way. LinkedIn is a place, just like a lot of social media platforms, where the hits work. The hits work again and again and again. There's a reason why they work due to human psychology, right? They're the things that people gravitate to. So don't worry about creating something brand new. Play the hits. It could be the hits of others. So look for posts that work really well according to the game that you're playing. If you're a creator, viral hits are important to you. Even you're a business owner. Look for case study formats that work really well, the best working ones. Again, make them relative to each other, right? So a case study post will never be as good as a viral quote post. Look at case study posts and compare that to other case study posts. And look at the ones that work better, right? The best, the outliers, and use that as a format to your advantage. Use that format to your content. So think about format and content. The content is yours, fantastic, your point of view. We talked about this, your niche. But the format, use what already works. Use the hooks that work already and put your content in that. So don't need to reinvent things. You don't have to go through the pain of thousands and thousands of hours of people doing this work. Find the things that work and use it and turn it to your advantage. Same thing if you're playing the executive game. There are founders that are putting content out there that works. Use that. Use that same format. Put in your content so that you can leverage the experiments of others so that you can win as fast as possible. So those are the 5 things that LinkedIn 5 that I would do to start from scratch, start from zero. If you are really starting from zero today, focus on these things. Focus on what game are you playing? Be really clear about your game. Don't start doing this stuff haphazardly. Sure, you can try and have a discipline, start writing and all that. That's totally fine. Building a habit, very good. But be clear about what game you're trying to play. Don't go into a game thinking you're playing this other game and you're measuring this. It'll cause you a lot of pain and heartache. Second, your profile. Your profile is your landing page. Don't do anything until you have your profile that you want. Because what's going to happen if you start attracting all these people into your world and then they land your profile, it has nothing to do with you, or it's not optimized the way that you want it to be. It's not a landing page. It's talking about 10 different things. You just wasted all your effort, right? So have your profile be a landing page, align everything to one thing. Think about seasonality. Number 3, look at the people that you're trying to attract. Who are you trying to attract into your world, right? What is your crowd? What is your audience? They're already there. Find the creators that are doing this. Find those that have amassed this audience and get in front of them. Get in front of them. Number 4, match your content to your goal. Match your content to your game. Once you start actually posting stuff, post the stuff that will help you reach your goal. And last but not least, look for the outliers. Look for the things that work already and use it to put your content so that you can win as fast as possible. That's it. That's your LinkedIn 5. If I were to start from scratch, I promise you, use these 5 actions and you can grow on the platform and generate growth for your business, for your brand, and whatever you intend to do with your influence. If this episode has changed how you think about LinkedIn, you're going to love my conversation with Yasmin Alic. This is someone who went from writing daily in complete obscurity to now building a global inbound machine with no ads, no hacks, without any selling in the DMs. And his biggest insight, most people don't fail, they quit right before it starts working. So if you're serious about building real authority, watch that episode next. If you're on YouTube, just click on the link here. If you are listening on your favorite podcast app, the link is in the show notes. Come meet Yasmin Alic.